Gabriel, I'm going to do a two-parter for you. The first part is just to say I'll be right back because I've been filming quite a bit in the snow here. I don't know how long I've been doing it, but it's been a while. And it's wonderful, magical, but now I'm freezing. If you sit in the snow long enough, it will soak through, and I have layers. So I'm going to finish your video up at home because I think it might be lengthy. So we'll be right back. Oh, there's a kitty. I got caught on the bed. Gabriel, part 2. It was getting too cold out there. I shot 4 videos. Yours was the 4th. Oh, there's another one. But I had to come in. It was the snow was starting to soak through. I don't know how long I was in that snowbank, but I would guess 40 minutes maybe, at least. So, hey, you're sitting on my questions. So your question was, your topic was talk about yourself, and you clarified who you are, wants, why you want them, etc. So if I'm understanding, you just want me to go on about me. And just share. I mean, I'll keep it brief. I'll just kind of let it flow. But I mean, I'm 42 years old. I'm a writer. I'm a storyteller, and I come from a long line of storytellers. So really, this could be a 4-hour video. But generally, I don't make these videos about myself, but you want to know some general stuff about my journey, more so, which I can do that. But I'll just be all over the place, because again, try to keep this brief. So, October 10th, 1970. I was born. No. About myself, well, I was an artist from an early age. My mother used to drive her nuts. We'd be doodling on me, my twin brother. I'm a twin. We used to doodle on everything. She'd find it on her documents, on her bills, drove her up the wall. So finally, she came from the Depression, so they didn't splurge on a lot of stuff, and it was a big family of kids, so they did what they had to do and were careful with their money, so we didn't get a lot of splurges. But what she did do, which was a big splurge for her, was she did give us a one-day art course. She bought a one-day art course, and it was really, that's really all it took. That sparked it. We went in, just saw some basics of drawings and how to draw, but really it was just the doing that really, I think, sparked it even more. We still doodled on all her stuff, but but she started getting us, actual material to create with, and so the more she got us that. So there's your tip, kids. Mom and Dad, if your kid's an artist or if he's drawing all over the walls with crayons and stuff, get him more paper, get him more things to explore in. So yeah, we were very artistic from an early age. I was also a very gentle child, and I've really been gentle my whole life. It's just my nature, and very happy-go-lucky for the most part. I mean, as I got older and started to realize I was in a kooky wonderland here, and started to get confused like everybody else, especially up into my teens. I had a dark spot there, but a really dark spot. But then I came out of it and essentially returned back to my true nature, which is the pure child in all of us. We see it with children and babies, so they haven't been affected yet. They're the closest to the source. They just came from source. So just been basically, after the teens, went into really trying to discover myself and discover life. And that eventually led to a deep self-love, and led to a decision of self-love, and it's been a constant, wonderful, challenging journey ever since. But yeah, I've always had that gentle nature. I've always had that call to service. So now I just understand it more. I understand it more, and I completely flow with it. Where when I was younger, I didn't quite understand it. I knew I was helpful, I knew I was loving, but I didn't quite get it as a whole picture. But yeah, I am love, and so of course I always was, always am, always will be, and I've always been very tapped into that, and the more I tap into that, the more I just flow, and sure, I have some wants, not a whole lot of wants. The deeper you go to self-love, the less you really need from the outer world. You can really appreciate the outer world or the outer doings. But the simpler, you start seeing the magic everywhere and in the simple things. So I don't have a lot of grand wants. I would like to do some world traveling at some point, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. If not, I'd love to live out in the country. That's a common want. But even in my wants, I dream and stuff and projects I want to do in ways I'd like to help the world. I continue with my books and everything else. So those keep flowing and I keep doing. So I have them. So I grant my wants, as best I can, and I just enjoy them, and I'm grateful for them. And I wanted to write children's books for kids and illustrate them. And I'm not a world famous author, but I've got several books under my belt, and I've got a ton I'm working on now, and I'm going to continue at it. And the outcome doesn't matter. The joy is in the journey. The joy is in the doing. So I've made that dream come true. Would it be great if, other things, dreams like living in the country and other stuff came because of more, level of success or abundance in money? Sure, why not? Whatever is meant to be. But it's okay either way, because I am living my dreams. I wanted to do a puppet show, and I did a puppet show. It's on hiatus. I want to get back to it, but I do the things I want, the little things, the big things, and I'll continue to. That's my way. And it's just, as I said, the deeper I go, the more those things are, the most part, are, play a part in service to others. Anyways, that's where I get my joy. There's a great freedom in being of service. So yeah, that's a very general paint stroke of a very colorful life experience. But yeah, I was gentle at a certain age and had that call to service to the point where in school, my teachers and then the students grabbed onto it and nicknamed me Granny, because of my nurturing nature. So I was just a little boy, but they saw that in me, that I was always taking care of my brother and the other students, and very loving and caring and doting on them. What can I do for you? And so I grew up with the nickname of Granny, up until high school. So it was always there, and I've always been a dreamer, always. I dream a lot. That's why I have so many children's books. I'll never finish them all. We all do, but I've totally tapped into my endless imagination, and I'm just unlikely to live long enough to complete everything I would love to do creatively, but I do what I can when I can, and with the best I can with the means that I have. And I've done that with several projects, and just, if you have dreams, go for them. But don't make them so restricted that it has to be this one way. Well, there's other ways to accomplish your dreams. There's more than one way. And as long as you're doing it, feeling it, and loving it, then you've done it. Don't worry so much about results. But, yeah, back to me. So, yeah, grew up in a large family. A lot of characters. But a great family. Wonderful parents. Growing up, my two role models were my dad and my Uncle Al. Amazing men, gentle men, simple men. Very grateful just to be here. Definitely lived a life of service to others. But yeah, the whole family, wonderful characters, and wonderful mom, and very grateful for my life. I wouldn't change a thing, and I wouldn't want to be anybody else. You know, honestly, I would want to. I don't regret a thing, and I wouldn't want to be anybody else. Truly, billions of people, billions of options. I wouldn't take one of them. I'm sure they're amazing, but I love just this gift of me, and I encourage you to embrace the gift of you, because it's such a gift. There's only one you. We're all connected. We're all one, but in your particular expression, there's only one you, and will always, in the entire universe, only be one you. So yeah, embrace it. Me. Yeah, I could go over all the little details. I've got the two best cats in the world, Boo and Tigger. Hey, Tiggy. I'm gonna snip the camera. You gonna say anything? No. I'm a kid at heart. Always was, always will be. So I like to play and be silly and play in imagination and laugh and joke. I'm a very tender person. I'm a pacifist. Not as this is what a pacifist is as a concept or idea, but just the closest word that describes it. I've never physically hurt anybody, and not directly ever hurt anything, and as I've gone on my path, that's just me. I mean, I'm not here to hurt, so whatever I can do to avoid hurting any other living creature, of course I would. Sometimes we do indirectly by accident, but you do the best you can. Sometimes you're walking on that path and you didn't know you just squashed that bug. You didn't see it. But we can make choices for the things we can see. But anyways, yeah, pacifist. I don't know really what. I mean, I could go into details, but I'm love. That's what I am, and that's why I'm here. I know that. I've known it for quite some time. To co-create in this expression and appreciate it, and just continue to love myself and go deeper with myself and explore the world and enjoy it. And co-create with you and learn through you and just experience it with you. And it's amazing. It's an honor to be here. It really is. When I was in my teens, really in a dark spot, I would be quite the opposite, like more of a common theme of this is hell and this is, I don't want to be here. And no, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here. It's an amazing place, this funhouse, this three-dimensional holographic creation of ours that we're in complete control of, whether we realize it or not. And we're so abundant in being in these shells that really can do anything, including heal themselves. We haven't even scratched the surface. And in this paradise of planet Ocean, that just has everything we could ever need, enough food, medicine, space, magic, lessons, beauty, entertainment that we could ever want. No need for competition, no need for any of this. And the more we stop resisting of who we are, what we are, and where we are, and the more we move from the heart space and let go of fears, the more we'll realize where we are, and the less we'll the competing and the complications of the mind will slip away, and we'll just flow and frolic in this paradise. And more are, and it's amazing. But no, it's an honor to be here. We get one, as far as we know, we get one shot to be here. I'm very, very grateful, and so yeah, who am I? I don't know. I'm you. I'm everything. I'm love. I just am. And I love this experience, and I'm enjoying it. And it can be tough, but it's still an honor to be here. And to make my movements and co-create. Lovely. So I hope I answered a little bit, again without ranting all the nitpicky details of my life. That's generally it. I'm love. I'm a lover of life. I love it. Love and life.